Well, seems so to me. We'll get the heritage table. I'm gonna cut a hole out here. Look, cutting a hole right through the side of the building. What do you think of that? Think that's something? That is something. I'll tell you that right now. Imagine that. Got my little Honda gen set going. She's up here temporarily. It seems so to me, putting the window in above the old heritage table. It seems so to me. You know what I mean, you know what I mean. It seems so to me. Come on now, little girly whirly. The whirly whirly. Girly whirly pudding tame. What are you doing in there now, little boy kid? What are you doing in there? We'll get this American Leatherman out. I sure like them American Leathermans. Oh! Wipe out. Anybody looking? I don't want to act too foolish, you know what I mean? Anybody looking? In my opinion? What's your dadgum opinion? I don't know what your dadgum opinion is. to me. The Lord is giving us a beautiful day. One thing about these sweaters, they hold a little bit of dust. I don't like that too much. But I don't know. I can't hide the way I feel about you anymore. Look at there, guys. What do we got going here? What we got going here? What we got going here? Tell me what we got going on in here. Now we're going to have to do a little trimming and this and that and the other thing. Seems so to me, I don't know. It seems so to him, it seems so to Frankie, it seems so to East Coast. It seems so to East Coast cabin fever. You know, I'll have to run board alongside of it and stiffen it up with screws, and caulk it, and trim it. Let's go in and cut this window off a little bit on the table saw. Look at them steps, guys. Look what I did. Huh. So comfortable. And a hinge. So when the door's shut, I'll take 3 screws right here. I think 4 or 5 screws. I just set them in there easy. And that plywood is hooked to the steps. That white plywood. So I'd take the few screws of the plywood, throw the steps in the building, shut the doors, raise this whole deck right up, and rope it up. Look what we got done here this morning. I put 2 of my tables in here. I built this floor up with a decks thing over the wheel well that was rusted. Now we got solid floors. Other than the center a little bit here, it's a little spongy, but I'm putting plywood there, in my opinion. I'm putting plywood in. Now let's set the saw for a little bit. Right here. Just a smidgen. And I'll plug it in the station. That takes care of that. I ain't got to cut the. You take Ralph and Peter to pay Paul. So I robbed from Peter. That's Peter. And Paul's the opening. So Ralph and Peter to pay Paul. So I paid Paul. I didn't have to cut Paul. I cut Peter. You get what I mean? It's a pretty good setup here, though, guys. Look, got my bench here, work table. Got one more work table to put in. I have some ground openings here. I'll fix that. One thing about wood and spray styrofoam, it works wonders, and that's what I'll be using here. I'm trying to do good, guys. I'll tell you guys where we started. It's a God blend, a God send from God Almighty. What He did helping us, me out, you out. That's oak casings. It's a rarity around here. But anyway, yeah, so nice solid plank deck. Let's take this window out. Let's see what we got. We got a nice dry workstation, right? It's a beautiful thing. And over here, yesterday you probably didn't know it, but I come up here. There's dust all in the lens. I come up here and I went to step in, so I stepped in and my head was going under perfectly, but I kind of raised it up, not perfectly. I raised it up with vengeance because I believe I never was tested. I got ADD, Triple HD, and the alphabets, all of them, Triple HD, QRP alphabet thing, and that's why I move fast, work fast, talk fast sometimes. Anyway, I hit my head in this here. It's not sharp, but it's tin. Well, it does come to a point, but it ain't like razor sharp. Well, anyway, that stunted my growth 2 inches. So I thought I could grow another 2 inches, but it hit me so hard I fell down the floor right there, and my neck. Oh, it's a little better, but it's stiff though, eh? It's almost like you get one of them car accidents and you get thrown around. Well, that's what it feels like because you're not using them muscles for what it is. But I'm good though. I'm all right. I'm just letting you guys know that one of them hits straightens my brain out. It makes me not want to do that. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to hang trestles, like little orange or red things right here. I'm going to hang it down and let the wind blow it. So that gives me the indicator to my brain that I got to bend my head even more, and that way I won't get hit, right? So I'll just put some indicators, hang it down like I don't know, like people has on balloons and different things. It doesn't take much, right? But it all it does is just activates your brain that you're going to hit your head, and you bend down. So I've been bending down, I'll tell you, my neck and head feels it. But I'm going to hang stuff here, and that way I'll bend down even more. I got a drop of 7 inches or 7.5. And these steps, I think, drop of 7 or 7.5, which is perfect, actually. And this was all materials I got from Heritage Boss Man. I bought from him. Okay, let's take the window out. I just wanted to show you. Okay. Pretty good, eh? It just flips up. I shut the doors, it flips up. I'll take that off, put it there, it flips up, and I'll just run a rope. Run something. Doesn't take much. So instead of cutting in this frame, it'd be better to do it this way. You know what I mean? My opinion. Okay, this outside. This goes like this. Sitting here. This will sit. Just a little bit, guys. Just a smidgen. Basically, just. I'm thinking. Are you thinking? Yeah, I'm thinking. Yes, sir, he's thinking. I bet you I can take my knife. Watch this, my old American Leatherman. Watch this. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It ain't going to work on the blade. It's going to work on this one. Right here. Watch this, guys. I cut trees down with this. I went logging. With a saw. Yes, sir. Oh, she's a whisker. She looked me in the eye and said, I'm sorry. I can't go on do this anymore. She said, no. And I said, someday I'll get my life straight. And she said, someday. Hey, today. I don't know the words to the song. Oh, she's some close, guys. It's one of them daggone whiskers. You know what I mean? I got something else there, you know what I mean? You know, you pay for tools, you better use them. You better use the tools, you know what I mean? Well, with the help from the American Leatherman and I don't want to let it fall out, you know what I mean? But look at that, guys. Isn't that cute? Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? Tell me who he is! It's East Coast Cabin Fever. He just installed a window. I cut that window right down from a big, big window. I cut it all down. And I built a piece on it, a piece of wood on it, and glued it. And it looks just like it never been done. Well, imagine that. Ain't that something? Look at that, right there. Wow. I loves her. I loves her. Okay, what I'll do, I don't dare to finger with it too much, but let's pull it back. Pull it back out. There's a thing here I don't care for. It's got a, this was like the sort of a bottom of a window. I want to cut this off in the saw. See how it's sticking out there a little bit? I want to bring this down to where it's supposed to be. Then I can trim it with the trim boards. Let's put the Leatherman back. Listen. A man should have a knife. A man should have a knife. Anybody should have a knife. Not just a man. Anybody. The candy can bakes everything he makes, and it's so delicious. And you can even eat my dishes. Must be clean the dishes. Let's shut this off. You did good, Honda inverter. You did good. I'm glad I use you once in a while. People looks in, not by the hair, my chinny chin chin. And it's a good thing. See how I'm going to duck right now? If you fellas realize what happened to me, I landed right over there, almost in a convulsion. But I got one tough head. My dear mother, listen to this story. They're going to say, that's the problem with you. That, I'm going to tell you what happened. There's nothing wrong with me. The Lord made me the way I am. My mother was 8 months pregnant, or 9 months pregnant with me. And when I come out, my head was, she fell down the steps back to, I believe it was Joe Parsons' house. We lived there for 100 years, seems like. And she fell down carrying me. I was so heavy. I weighed over 12 pounds. Yeah. And 10 pounds was my head. And the other pound was the rest of my body. I looked like one of them aliens. Yeah. And they all made fun of me in school, and then my body grew around it. But anyway, people will say, oh, that's what happened to you when I tell that story. And I used to get upset with it. Man, I don't care what they say. If people want to, listen, if people want to talk about me personally, they want to run me down, go ahead. Don't make no never mind to me. Because sticks and stones will break your bones, but names won't hurt me. Anyway, she thought she lost me, but I was so stubborn and strong. I come out, and maybe I over-exaggerated on my head being 10 pounds, but I had a big head, like a watermelon crawl head, and my body grew into it. Yeah, so dear mother, and I told her, Mama, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kick you on the way down the steps. I probably kicked her. I didn't mean to. I didn't know anything. I was like, what do you call it, adolescence? I was an adolescence. But I'll tell you, Mr. Man, things was different back then. Yeah, things was different back then. I won't tell you a story, and I think it was Jack. Years ago, we lived in Joe Parsons' house, and I was young, small little cussle, right? But I had to take a shit, you know what I mean? I had to use the washroom. So the washroom we had a bucket, a pail. It was like a porcelain dish. I ain't scared of saying what happened to me and what I did. I don't care. Who knows? I might not live long anyway. So I'm gonna just tell it how it is. But anyway, when you get up early in the morning, get up out of that bed. 5 in the morning, the old man hollering. And so I got up and started getting my clothes on. But baby, I need to use the bathroom. Piss pot. So Jack, he was quite a bit older than me. Now he gets a pension. So Jack would have been 6 years older than me. Probably strong and crazy as a bull moose. And I was only young, probably about 6 or 7 or 8, 9, maybe. If that, maybe, I don't know. But I was strong too, but I was a little toddler strong. You know what I mean? There's toddler strong, and then there's young teenager strong. So anyway, the slop bucket, the old stinky slop bucket was 3/4 full. When I sat down, it was dingling inside of it. You know what I mean? But it didn't have much back then. But it was stinky. We took the cover off that. It smelled like the old Jake Clemmer. Dobby, Granny. That's some good smelling possum. But no, and Jack come along, and I needed it bad. And Jack said, get out of that. And I said, no. And I grabbed the pot, and I was pulling on the pot, and Jack was pulling on the pot. Well, Jack didn't realize that 6-year young kid was quite strong, so he bored on her, and he bored on her, and I bore back, and I was losing finger grip. And why did it happen, and why was it there? Well, I tell you why it was there, what I'm getting at. The old piss pot was right next to them square holes in the ceiling. There's a square hole in the ceiling 100 years ago where the heat comes up through. When the heat comes up through, it heats up the upstairs. We're talking old school. Didn't have no baseboard heaters, electric heaters. Didn't have no, what do you call them things? Heat pumps and all that stuff and fancy ductwork. So there was a square hole like that. They had wood. I got a little hit cold there. Little wood grills in it, so you wouldn't fall down through it. It wasn't very big, guys. It wasn't very big. But I could have almost went down in it. Well, my upper body was big, strong, but I'd probably get hung like that. But anyway, he was pulling and I was pulling. And I said, get it out of you, man. Give me that thing. And he probably cussed at me under his breath because the dad would have heard him. He would have killed him probably. Well, Mom was down there anyway. So that was that story. Mom was down there and she was up early. She gets up 4 in the morning. And, we got any water? No, I think I left water in the house. Anyway, Mom gets up early, and she put on this big old stew. And this stew was going to be like for dinner time, right? Because Dad worked hard with the boys, and whether I think he might have been on the boats. He had the draggers and stuff. He was working down in Weymouth North. He had his own dragger and stuff. Then that burnt. That was another story. But anyway, the we was kind of arguing and fighting and raising old Cain over that pot. Who's going to use that pot? Oh man, Mom had a beautiful cook stove down there. One of them old white Enterprises. I'll tell you right now, there was some heat coming out of that. And one you lift the side and put your wood in and you stoke it, and she would make raw pears. She'd make all kinds of stuff in that stove. It was a good stove. It lasts for a long time. Mom was a hard worker. I love her to death. I love her, I love her, I love her. She was my queen. And everybody should say, really, when it comes right down to it, that your mother's a queen. Your mother's the queen bee. She's the one that made you. Yeah. But anyway, so we was fighting. She was down there in that beautiful, beautiful big pot stew on the back of the stove, getting all simmering, because the stew boiled as the stew spoils, you know what I mean? So that was going on. And she's, yeah, said, hollering and what's going on? And all of a sudden, and Dad sat down to the table, just sat down to the table. He come from working on the boats, and it was right almost noontime. She had it simmering, and Dad had the fork out, Dad had the knife out, Dad had the plate, and I'll tell you, he likes to eat. T-bows love to eat, and they like to use the bathroom. They got to have toilet paper. Don't matter where they go. Well, anyway, guess what? You know what happened? That big log pile of gurry in that pot went right down the hole. Right down the hole, I'll tell you. It's directly right in the stew, and the rest went all over that hot stove. And you know when you get a hot stove and you get poopy and pee. Number 1 and number 2 goes on that hot stove, and I'll tell you, the old man's got a stomach like a cast iron stove. He told me one day, he says somebody could, he said the bad word, shit. They could poop right alongside my dinner plate. That wouldn't bother me one bit. He said he'll eat it. He had a cast iron stove. Well, that day he didn't. It turned into aluminum. It turned into wood. Whatever it turned into, he started gagging and throwing up, running out the door. Cleared the whole bottom section of the house. Could you just imagine that? That was something. Me and Jack Kulak was fighting over that old piss pot. Moral of the story is, if you really need to go outside. Don't fight over a piss pot. Especially if you're over a hole in the floor that you got a big, beautiful stew that your dear mother made. Please don't do that. I ain't going to tell you what happened after that, but I walked a little bit different, you know what I mean? But I healed up good. But I never ever did it again. Get back to that door when I struck my head and I landed over there and on my neck. Jack come in. I told Jack the story. Jack said, "Well, you ain't gonna hit that again, huh? That was just a test for you there. Straighten you right up. Now you're gonna bend your head. You know what I mean?" I said, "You got that right, Jack. But I'm gonna put them little things there." Anyway, so that's that story. Now what I gotta do, I gotta trim this thing off a little bit. You know what I mean? So that means I'll open this up, set this up this way. Just barely do it, eh? But let's see. A little more. Let's try it. I gotta plug it in now, guys, eh? Yep. Yes, I admit I had a pooping problem. Then it went down on the stove. Let's try that, guys. Crank it down, I guess. Whoa, whoa. What's happened here? Crank it down. Is that metal lock on these old windows is sticking up there? Look at this, guys. There's right there, look. Right, perfectly smooth. Now I can put a beautiful flashing around it. Casing, I mean. Well, guys, I know I got some of you guys laughing. You are laughing, drinking coffee and probably choking on your coffee hearing that story. But you know that's the way life is, right? Beautiful steps, eh? For old people like me and older. But that's what I mean, see? I got all kinds of stories. Listen, I've got quite a lot of good stories, let's say that. Huh? Well, guys, so that's good there. So that goes like this. And goes in like this. Goes in like that. Okay. That being said, I'm going to put I have to put some trim here. Then I'm going to put another small trim on top of it. And I'll put a trim over top of here. What I'm doing here, I want to keep these together. Make sure these is all solid together. You know what I mean? So we'll check that out. And I'm putting you on pause, but if somebody calls me, then we're done. Then I have to, that's it, okay? Hold on a second. We're in Big Blue right now. Let me get some spruce boards here. So 27, I think with 3 inches. Let's do the 27. Here. Can't wait to get some plywood on the floor. Takes the spongy part out of it, right? You know what I mean? But everything in time, I think, doing a very good job so far. My opinion. Right? Darren said he's gonna come up and measure up for plug-ins and how much wire we need, plug-ins and lights. So that's beautiful. Not too bad it is. Bit of that's, we'll do another one. I'm gonna make a song up. Call it the. I don't think shit's a bad word, is it? I don't think so. It's not profanity, is it? No, it's just a foul language, I think. Foul language. I got a feeling of the, no, I can't sing that because I don't know that song. Okay. No, what am I doing? Brent, smarten up. We need the same thing. Then I'll have to come back and recut because I got to go up alongside of them braces on an angle. I used to call it nangle. On an angle. Nangle. I'll tell you one thing. This workstation is way bigger and better than the cowboy cabin. Don't tell cowboy cabin because he'll get upset with me. But you know what I mean? It's long and you can do a lot of stuff in there. I'm gonna hook a stove up in there. I'm gonna put an airtight heater in there or something. I'll pipe it out through a window, so that way I don't put holes in the bus. And I'll do good, you see. Okay. What I'm thinking is this short one here. Oh, I must have measured these all wrong, guys. What? Oh, what happened, guys? I made a mistake. That happens. 27, wasn't it? What do I got? 18. 18. 24. Where is my noggin? So it's 20. It's two 27s. Yeah. See how I don't get upset? That don't bother me one bit. It's just lumber that Darren brought up for me. They was throwing it out, and I'll use it. I'm not wasting it by no means. So it's 27 inches. Unless I read the in my head. Read the tape wrong, probably. That's all right. That ain't nothing. Is it, guys? Ain't nothing at all. So let's pick another stick. Oh, this one's all right. Let's do a 27. And we'll put this over here. So we've got two 27s. Now I want a longer one to go on the bottom. That means, and it's got to stick out past the casing, so what we'll do 27. Do a 27, then I'll add the widths to that, right? So 27, right there. I'll double check the 27. Yep, then we'll take these two widths and we'll add on to it. I want to go past, you know what I mean? Something like this. There, it's gonna be okay. We'll come back and angle it. Babies are giving her, you know what I mean? You all still with me? Oh yeah, you're with me. In your head. Man, I learned a lesson there. I learned the lesson. I learned the lesson. Good here. Now we'll get these ones here. Like that. And what we'll do in order to get this angle, I'll take one of these sticks. Can't know. I'll have to use. Hold on a second, guys. I see 3 1/4. See, 3 1/4. Mark 3 1/4 here. That's the lowest point. I'm gonna take this and go up to the end, very end of the stick. Right there. Put it like that. So I'm just gonna make one. I'm thinking. The other one would be the same. Same thing. Okay, let's take these two back in. Get that done. And then I'll hit the my framing square. I built these steps, and I didn't have 2x12s. So what I did, I want to show you how to build steps sometime, guys. A simple way to do it's very easy. I'm going to teach you how to do it that way. I'll put on a little seminar. I'll put on a little. I think people would like to learn how to build steps instead of hiring people. Okay, I'm going to put this on a chop saw. Get the degrees, right? Pretty good right there. Maybe back a bit. This woodworking stuff is you learn a lot from it, and it's good for your brain. Makes you think, eh? That's what I need. I'm really thinking when I come into this door, because I get lifted. I get lifted by that steel beside my head, dunked in my shoulders, on my neck, mostly my neck. Luckily that I was born with a big head and a big neck. It would kill the average person, I'm thinking, right? You know what I mean? Okay, that's that goes in. Goes in like this. And that would go here. Like that, and that would be a bumper. That looks pretty good. Then I'll put one on top. Down a little more. Okay, I need finish nail. Well, I got this side on here, got that side on. I'm gonna put this through. I angled these at 30 degrees for a little fanciness. And do something like that. Got little finish nails in it for now. And get that done. The window's gonna go bring it from the outside in. I think. I'm thinking. Yeah, outside in. And we're gonna put something up in here. So it looks like to me to be, I'd say 23 and a quarter. 23 and a quarter. Back in Big Blue, 23 and a quarter is what we need. 23 and a quarter. Degrees. I don't know if it's 30 degrees. I gotta watch out. I can't do that. We gotta go back in and put the stick up. Let's do the Loomba. Go underneath it. Loomba. Because it could be not 30 degrees. Then I gotta chase it around with another small outline casing to make it look like it's more depth. Cabin's getting quite cleaned out here. I'm trying to do my best to make it look halfway decent. So basically, I just need like something short. Look, see this here? That's a rectangle. Watch this one I'm going to do. I'll take this up here and I'll scribe it, use that for an angle. Then I'll move it over. bring it back so it's closer, right? So that just gives me the angle of the roof, the braces. So what I got to do now is push it back. Or push it back to the corners. So what I'll do right here, I'll just take this here and I'll eyeball it. It looks like about like that. About like that. I mean, I'm okay with moving a little teeny bit. That ain't bad. I have I know what tool I need, but I don't have it with me. But I mean, it's not rocket science. Whoops. That's close enough, guys. Let's go back in. I guess I could have did that with saw too, right? I could have just I guess it was like this, I guess. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I don't need to do that. Well, yes I did, because I don't know it's 30 degrees. Well, let's see. It kind of looks like 30 though. Limbo, do limbo. Hard to do limbo with a big hat on my head. Okay. I guess I was off. I was right to go measure it, guys. Off quite a bit. Oh, I should have known better. It's 45 degrees. That's what I put them at. That's okay. Yeah, that was a 45, right? I put all them braces at 45 degrees. Let's just unplug this. Let's just do it. We got away with it a couple times, but you guys are on the move. You're almost like you're flying. You know what I'm saying? This ain't right, is it? Well, it's wrong, but I have to whittle out for them pegs. Them pegs are in the way a little bit. Notch them out. But we're still off. Just shave the peg just a smidgen to make it work. But what I want though is take this off a bit. That little nip off the end, there you go. Plus it comes down. So I just got to go over there, I'm saying 3/4 of an inch. So I'll make another one 3/4 of an inch longer. and it'll be a good thing. I don't know. Yeah, I do know. We're doing a good thing. We're doing a good thing. We're doing a good thing. Looks like I might have to cut some off it. I'm thinking another 1/4 inch. Should be though. Oh. 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 Looks pretty decent. Yeah, that's me. Pretty quite square. Wow, that's beautiful, guys. Wow. Same spacing and everything, isn't it? Doesn't it look beautiful? Huh? I'll run caulking all around there, and I'll put more nails, of course. And the door, this table will go right underneath of it. Look like the outside, guys. This place is going to get cleaned up, eh? My brother walked by and he says, "Man, it's your place to get messy again." I said, "I know, Mark." I said, "I'm going to clean it." he said, well, he said, be nice. Look at that square window. Don't that look good in there? That is beautiful. Once I case that outside, it's gonna be beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. Praise God. Praise God, it's beautiful. Look at it. Then we'll put more putty around the windows. We're gonna putty all the windows later. But look, it missed that big pillar by quite a bit. And I'll put my 3-inch or 4-inch trim. And might even put a flower box out there. We don't know yet. And I think what I want to do, but I don't know if I'm gonna. I might make it hinge, but if I do, I have to put a slight angle on the bottom, so when I push it out, it won't stick. But yeah, guys, that's beautiful, in my opinion. Did I show you guys my pillars? I made all these pillars. I'm sorry if I didn't. Look what I did. I made all these pillars. My brother rolled in. He thought I was going to vote for Donald Trump because it looks like, he said it looks like the White House. See how it put the 45 tabletops on top? Right? As a pillar, they look like big pilasters. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Huh? Isn't that beautiful? Look how that's all done. It's all boxed in like big beams. All I did, I 45'd every joint. It's hemlock, and I blocked the inside so I can screw to it. Look at that, guys. What do you think of that? What, and the paper's on temporarily because we're going to get a compound to go in and chink it. Chink it means you got to go in there and chink the joints, the grout joints where it looks like mortar, and then the rest of it look like logs. That's going to bang right out, and he wants these burnt right black. Blacker than the rest, which I like. Scorched, so to stand out. It'll offset the rest of the itchy bone. So yeah. I like that. And I wouldn't be walking away from the window, but I put the window in snug so I have no fear. I'm not worried about it coming out because it's not nailed out here. But I took a big, here's what I did. Look at this big window frame. It's like 5 or 6 feet by 3 feet. And I cut a portion out of it and made a small little window. That's what he asked me to do. I said, I can do anything you want me to do. You just tell me what you do, boss man. I'll do anything. You know what I mean? Let's go back in the game. I got this here stuff from Brother Randy. He didn't know it was in there. It's just vinyls, all this. It's like, see it? But it's beautiful. It's got like beautiful colors and texture in it. And it's nice material to put on the seats. I'm going to install a little bit of foam, and I'm going to wrap it with this here. It looks like sheepskin or rawhide or something like that. It's got that look. And he'd like to have somebody said, and he don't even know it, that I got it. And I'm going to wrap all these chairs for people's buttocks. They can sit on it, and it'd be a good thing. See that, guys? Look. Look at that, eh? I'm going to stand next to it. Maybe this might be the thumbnail. Thumbnail? Yeah, let's cover the window up there. So, yeah. Listen, guys, what one person can do, another can do. You just gotta take chances. You're gonna make mistakes. I just made some mistakes this morning, and I'll continue making mistakes. But do not get upset. Do not falter, by the way. Put one foot ahead of the other and keep on thinking straight ahead. I'm going to do it. If you falter again, I'm going to do it. And after a while, you're going to do it. So that being said, God bless you guys, and may it be a blessing to your families, yourself. God first, yourself and families. And smile. The world will smile with you. Okay?